Aquarius, this is your January 2023 soul story. If you have a sun rising or your moon is in the sign, this is your reading. And happy solar returns for those of you with birthdays this month. So we're opening up in this first month of the year with the energy of the Six of Swords. Now, I need to say to you that there's going to be a fighting spirit returning to you, but it might not arrive till a little bit later in the month. And so as we embark on the first couple of weeks, you might find that you're doubting yourself a little bit. There's an awful lot of what if this doesn't work, or is this the right way forward? Am I making the right decisions? And I need you to trust in yourself, okay? Because once that fog lifts and the confusion clears, partly to do with the fact that we've still got Mars retrograde until the 12th and Mercury retrograde until the 18th, but it's giving you an opportunity in that slower start to the year to really reflect. There will be some repetition of going back over something, but it's really going to be from a place of being able to repair, okay? That Six of Swords is absolutely an indication that you are moving in the right direction. You're moving towards the sun. You're completely protected in this pathway. And an awful lot of the ideas and inspirations that were really circulating in the last few months of 2022 are now going to start to crystallize in a much more focused way for you. But as I said, we might need to just wait until the mid part of the month, and particularly when the sun shifts into your sign, where you're going to start to feel a lot more confident and a little bit bolder. Now, you're going to be having conversations this month that you never thought you'd have. Venus is shifting into your sign from the 2nd, which is wonderful. It's going to enable you to be a little bit more open-minded, perhaps, to some of the connections and things that are going to be surfacing. We also have a full moon coming in Cancer on the 6th of the month. So we've got Malika of Staffs. This is a Queen of Wands in the Sufi Tarot. And, you know, that fire that's burning brightly is reminding you that regardless of what is showing up, even if it's not necessarily looking like you expected it to, or feeling like you'd anticipated it would, please don't discount it straight away, okay? Don't overlook the value of something, because again, this is going to transform into something so much more when we start to move toward the second half of the month. Now, you're going to be putting lots of emphasis around themes of time and love and money, and really looking at these energetic currencies in your life and considering a new attitude, a new behavior, and a new consideration of how you're going to put into practice the things that you've learned. Now, you're sitting down here looking quite comfortable. However, you are looking over toward a doorway, a space, almost in expectation of someone or something arriving or something revealing itself. That full moon in Cancer is coming in opposite Mercury. So we have a little bit of an energy conversation that's going on between our head and our heart. Now, around that time, we want you to be very mindful about nurturing and soul soothing yourself, taking care of your own emotional needs, being aware that perhaps there might be a little bit of insensitivity from people around you during that full moon, the ones that perhaps you expected or hoped would be there, or offering you that kind of shoulder to cry on, or that sounding board, perhaps being a little bit more withdrawn, unavailable, or even coming forth with a little moodiness. So again, an invitation just to give yourself permission to take the time that you need will be helpful. Now, as we said, Mars goes direct on the 12th. We also have Juno, the asteroid goddess, moving into the sign of Aries on the same day. Again, our fighting spirit starting to come back. So if you felt really lackluster in the last few months, felt that things were at a standstill, or you felt really stuck or having inertia around certain areas of your life, again, this is starting to lift, even though we have shadow through till March a little bit, so be aware of that. I have a 2023 Vision Quest workbook, which I've created. It's like 70 pages worth of curated content and wisdom. There's guided meditations here to really support you releasing 22 and moving into this new year in a really anchored, focused, aligned way. Okay, so check that out. The link is in the description box below. Hanged Man says we need to surrender into something. Perhaps it's around the timing or the specifics of how something is arriving or coming together for you. Yeah, when we're trying to control all of the moving parts, we don't see all that the universe sees. And so sometimes what we need to do is just show up with an attitude of persistence and perseverance and a whole new level of awareness as to how we are at times causing the resistance in our pathway energetically, because we keep going back to the reasons why we think it won't work, or we try to second guess what's happening based on what's unfolded for us in the past. Now, we are going to get a green light, okay? So not only do we have both Mars and Mercury going direct, on the 22nd, Uranus is finally stationing direct after a long backspin. And here our material and spiritual values have gone through this really powerful internal revolution. And now's the time that you get this, I would want to say, like, quite powerful jolt forward, like even some surprising news, even some unexpected gifts showing up around that time. So pay attention to that. It is also auspiciously right after the new moon in your sign Aquarius on the 21st. Now, Eight of Swords is telling me that you're feeling quite stressed out around the energies that are conspiring around that new moon. Perhaps it's like you feel that the stakes are quite high. I want you to be reminded that you are completely indispensable, okay? I want you to know how much you matter. And if you truly were able to integrate and put into practice what you've learned and embody this truth, how does that translate for you in the words that you speak, the thoughts that you think, the behavior that you bring to the energy and to situations? Because that's your way through this Eight of Swords. Yeah, now it also tells me you've got a little bit of stress going on around you in January, okay? This is nothing that you cannot handle. This is nothing particularly new either. I feel it's like a sort of legacy left over from things that have happened through the course of 2022 that you're still wrapping up, finalizing, releasing yourself from. Some of that perhaps around trauma bonds, where we know the answers do not lie for us in moving forward. All of our relationships, of course, have a transactional exchange on some level. And I think you're asking yourself more important questions than ever before that, are really rooted in the understanding of, what does this bring to my life? Like, what does this energy offer me? Is it helping to educate me, to inform me, to expand me, to help me move forward, to tap into my potential, to be enabling of my loving, generous spirit? Like, if the answers to these questions are no, and they're leading you very firmly in a different direction, now's the time that I think you're really going to take a stand, and you're going to put something into perspective as you come to realize that in the entirety of like the next 12 months, you want to be moving from a place of love, not for love. And so as you're sort of thinking about what you really stand for, what matters to you, like I said, you're going to be having conversations this month that you never thought you would be. So we've got the energy of the Hermit coming through. And what I like about this is he's in a place of infinite receiving. I mean, this cave dwelling is quiet, it's stripped back. There's really nothing here other than the beautiful stream of consciousness and light that's coming in. And he has this sacred flame, this reminder of the sacred inner flame that you hold. And really just being able to receive those direct downloads and that wisdom. And more than ever, January will begin this journey, but through the course of this year, you'll start to realize you need less and less. You might find your circle getting smaller. You might find you want to get rid of excess material things in your world. You might strip back, how you're nourishing yourself. All of this detoxification is helping you to have a clearer, purer channel to your own internal being, your own higher self, and support the alignment with a lot of the new energies that are coming in. That's so important for you, so you know and you can trust in what emerges from within, because the more you look around in the economy and the collective on the world stage, the more likely and potential to be disrupted from that place of peace. And the Hermit is giving you such a sense of peace in January. Now, sometimes, yes, it can make us feel a little bit isolated. And so if there's situations where you're coming into that, and again, you've got this sort of conflict going on, remember that full moon in Cancer is going to exacerbate that energy a little bit between head and heart. But we have all of this jostling, you know, people trying to get into position, trying to cause chaos, trying to cause distraction, and yet you are turned away from them. So I quite like that, but the inner conflict will feel quite real. So perhaps you're having to balance out the need for some time to kind of clear something in your own personal set of circumstances, and yet wanting to be surrounded, wanting to have more connection. But remember, the more work that we do on ourselves, the more that we improve our own vibrational energy, the better quality of relationships we're going to bring in, so that what we end up mirroring is really for our highest good and actually what we desire and we're trying to manifest. Again, I think as you move toward the end of the month, you're more likely to feel clearer because you've given yourself this time. And this is also going to support the clearing out of whatever this stress state and what's been the root cause of it. Again, we've got this beautiful shaft of light that's coming through here, just like in the Hermit. So again, you are being given answers and insights here. And perhaps part of the surrender of that energy of the Hanged Man is so that you can actually let go of fighting for a moment and then listen to what's being shown to you. And then we have this energy of turnaround that starts to take place, okay? So it's probably a month that I don't want you to judge too early on. I think you're absolutely going to have to wait till you see how things play out and actually what your own inner being is leading you towards. So even if you've got circumstances on the outside that feel like it's not coming together, it's not working, or this isn't going to plan, try and tune in on the solar plexus. Like, what does that feel? Do you still feel calm? Do you still feel at peace? That's going to give you your answer this month, Aquarius, okay? So pay attention to where that might be showing up. So we're going to go ahead and pull a final 3 cards that we will cover off in our extended reading. If you're new to the channel, you can find the link for that in the comment and the description box underneath. We'll talk for another 25 minutes or so to give you deeper insight into the month ahead. I'm also just going to invite you to think about a personal question before I clarify, and again we'll cover this off in our extended reading. Okay, now all the decks that I use, Aquarius, are also listed below, and you'll also find links for some of the services that I offer, so the Goddess and Angel reports, the 2023 Vision Quest workbook, also my Life Soul Vision membership, and the link for my Oracle deck as well. Okay, so 6 of Swords, bringing through the 7 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, we have King of Swords energy coming through and the Queen of Cups. Ooh, double Hanged Man. Interesting. What else do we have to say about that? Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. There's that kind of stop and then almost like powerful jolt forward. Okay, energy of the Hermit. Oh, double Hermit as well. Wow, Aquarius. Just strengthens the messages so much when we get confirmation with the clarifiers. You've also got the energy of the Sun there. Beautiful. Okay, 5 of Wands, 8 of Wands, and the Empress. Lovely. Pay attention when I'm talking about these conversations, because it's coming through again that you're going to be having this month that you never thought you would be, especially around not just the full moon but especially around the 22nd. Okay, that's when I feel that's going to be coming in. All right, so we're going to go ahead with the Life Soul Vision Oracle and also just pull some of these to clarify the main reading as well this month. Okay, you've got the Jaguar Earth Star energy. Beautiful. Maverick of the Light, Dancer of the Shadows, Labyrinth of Sweet Surrender, Blossom Welcoming soul songs, beautiful energy. Spirit horse. Root energy, lovely. Okay, and one card on its own here. Lovely, Queen of Air. And then finally, I'm using the Divine Animal Oracle as well this month. Reciprocity, honeybee, beautiful. Aquarius, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're joining me for the extended reading, I will see you there. Otherwise, have a beautiful month ahead. Enjoy your solar returns, and I will see you again next time.